I've always been curious. For the people who seem to have everything figured out, was there a defining moment in time where you discovered your passion and just knew that this was what you wanted to do for the rest of your life? To be honest, I feel like I've had a few of those moments in my lifetime where I was so sure of what I want to do and what I want to become. But then, out of nowhere, I suddenly found myself lost again. Like today. But you know what I learned? Sometimes we have to get lost and make the wrong turns in order to figure out exactly where to go. And that's completely okay. Hey, what's up? It's Oli here. If you guys don't know me, I'm a wedding videographer, filmmaker, YouTuber, streamer, and travel blogger. I'm also an athlete, gamer, workaholic, bubble tea addict, anime/K-drama lover, and a friend, daughter, and sister. I'm a lot of things, but at the very core, I'm a storyteller who wants to create a positive impact through my work and personality. If you were to ask me, how did I know what I want to do with my life career-wise? It's funny because I feel like it all began with MapleStory. Back in 2006, I used to play a lot of MapleStory, and then in 2008, I was introduced to BandStory, and from there, my entire world changed. Every day after school, I would come home to write, animate, and edit. I'd also watch a lot of tutorials on how to make my videos better, and I just fell in love with the process of creating something from nothing and seeing a vision come to life. I had a lot of fun making videos, but I don't think I truly understood the impact of my work until one day a viewer commented on one of my videos. It was called "If You Like Someone, Tell Them," and they wrote something along the lines of, "Hey, good story, I was going through the same thing." And after watching this video, it gave me the courage to confess to the girl I liked, and now we're together because of it. Thank you. I remember at that moment, I jumped off my seat and I yelled across the entire house saying, "Yo, my video helped a couple get together." And from that moment on, I was inspired to continue creating content that will leave a positive impact. That was my first defining moment, and I was 12 years old. Fast forward in 2009, I remember showing my little sister a Christmas special that I made, and after it was done, I turned to her and asked, "How was it?" And I saw her crying. At that moment, I laughed because I was so shocked but amazed at what kind of effect I could create through my work. Even though I was just a little girl, I felt like I had so much power in my hands. And from there, I was just inspired again to continue creating content that would move people. So the year after, in 2010, when I was graduating elementary school and heading into high school, I was already so sure that I wanted to become a film director or film producer. But then when I was in 10th grade, I actually had a phase where I thought, should I actually pursue filmmaking or is it just a hobby? I almost gave up on that dream because I wasn't sure how viable of a career it really was. I thought maybe I could be a high school teacher instead. That would be perfect. My plan was maybe I could teach communications technology, coach basketball, volleyball, badminton, or frisbee, and I could also be a guidance counselor because I love listening to people's problems and helping them. But eventually I realized that whenever I was asked to present in front of the class or teach, I was never excited. Instead, I was always anxious for it, to the point where I turn cold and get goosebumps. But whenever I was asked to make a video in class, immediately my eyes would light up. And from there, I knew once again that this was something I was truly passionate about. So I decided to commit and went full speed ahead. So throughout my high school years, I worked on developing my filmmaking skills, submitted work into film festivals, and somehow fell into wedding videography along the way, which is a huge part of my life now. And then in 2014, I went to pursue my degree in media production. Now, during my time in university, I actually got back into making MapleStory YouTube videos, but in real life this time because I wanted to practice my public speaking. I also studied abroad and solo traveled, which is how I was able to meet my international fans in real life for the first time, and that really shifted my perspective on YouTube and motivated me to continue doing what I do. And then in my last year, I worked on a feature film and interned at a television development/production company, which to be honest, I wasn't too keen of because I felt like you'd have to work so many years just to get in a position where you have creative control. When I graduated university in 2018, I started live streaming on Twitch as well because that year, Nexon actually flew me out to LA to attend their first ever MapleStory Fest. And I was just amazed at how life kind of came back in full circle. From when I was a kid and all the way until now, I'm still doing MapleStory content. So after graduating in 2018, I continued to film weddings as my main source of income and dreamt of becoming a full-time content creator. I wasn't sure exactly which direction I wanted to head in, but I knew that it was something to do with storytelling, traveling, and making friends around the world. At one point, I even considered leaving Toronto and moving to LA, but things didn't work out, and I began to question if I should get a real full-time job, and I started working jobs that were unrelated to my field. But you know what I realized? Life is like MapleStory. When you first log in and create a character, there are so many job classes to choose from. And whatever you pick, you might like it or you might not. But either way, you have to train your character and level up to find out. The same thing applies to life. When you're first born into this world, there are so many options on what to do and what you can become. But you won't know what you actually like or don't like until you try it out for yourself. So sometimes it might feel like a waste of time when you've already invested so much time into this one thing. But just know that every experience, whether good or bad, helps to make your character stronger. For example, after I graduated, I wanted to become a full-time content creator. So I thought that making MapleStory videos would be the best way to succeed or grow my channel because that's how I started. Until I got burnt out and realized that I didn't want to be just a MapleStory YouTuber or streamer. I wanted to do bigger things, and I actually felt very sad and disappointed in myself because at that time I wasn't making content that was making me happy. Instead of focusing on my passion, I was chasing how to grow my numbers. So I stopped and reevaluated everything. That's why you guys don't see me posting as much MapleStory videos on my YouTube channel anymore, but instead I stream on Twitch and work on creating more creative content. The reason I share my story is because I feel like with everything that we do in life, whether we know it or not, it's helping us get closer to where we're meant to be. So never compare your journey to someone else's and feel like you're not good enough or that you should be here, because everyone has a different starting point and a different goal. You just can't compare like that. It might seem like someone has a head start or has everything figured out, but you never really know what goes on behind the scenes. They might be struggling or just as lost as you are, but in a different form. So don't judge someone else's success as your failure, but focus on yourself and work on becoming better each day. Even now, there are moments where I feel really lost in my direction. There are so many things that I like to do and I'm not sure what to focus on, but I just have to remind myself that it's okay to not have everything figured out and to keep moving forward. Just enjoy each moment every day and take it as it comes. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and let me know in the comments below if you can relate. Wishing you guys all the best in your journey as we continue to navigate through life together, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!